Welcome to the introductory class of The Enemy by Pearl S. Buck. This is a beautiful story celebrating humanity. It is the time of World War II. An American prisoner of war is washed ashore in a dying state and is found at the doorstep of a Japanese doctor, Dr. Sadao Hoki. Should he save him as a doctor or hand him over to the army as a patriot? A huge dilemma, very well tackled by Pearl S. Buck. Let us first look into the life of Pearl S. Buck. Pearl Sindenstricker Buck was born on the 26th of June, 1892. She died on the 6th of March, 1973. She is also known by a Chinese name, Sai Zhenzu, which also means the precious pearl. She was an American writer and novelist, born to American parents, born in America, but she spent the major part of her life in China because she was born to Presbyterian missionaries. And she lived in a world, she says, where there were several worlds. One, a small, clean, white Presbyterian world of her parents, and the other, a big, loving, merry, not so clean Chinese world. And she was brought up in a bilingual environment, tutored in English by her mother, and she learned the local dialect from her Chinese playmates, which helped her to write the dialogues in her novels, because most of her novels are about the Chinese and the Japanese. And she was educated in classical Chinese by a Chinese scholar named Mr. Hu. She was a voracious reader, and she read all the novels of Charles Dickens, and she would repeat reading these novels once every year, though her father did not approve of it. She wrote The Good Earth in 1931, which became the bestseller right away. In 1931 and 1932, it remained on the top of the charts, and she won the Pulitzer Prize in 1932 for The Good Earth. In 1938, she was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for her rich and truly epic descriptions of peasant life in China and for her biographical masterpieces. She won this award. This is an image of Pearl Buck, the beautiful lady, the wise lady that she was, and this is Pearl Buck receiving the award from the king, King Gustav. She was born Pearl Sindenstricker, but she added the title Buck when she got married to John Lossing Buck, whom she married in 1917 and was married to him until 1935, when she married Richard J. Walsh, and he remained her husband till the end of his life. This is about Pearl Buck. Now let us look at the short summary. Now Sadao Hoki was married to Hana, and he was educated in America. He had gone there for higher education, and he had met Hana there. So Hana was also in America as a student. They had met there, got married, and they lived happily until this American soldier disturbed their life. It was wartime, but Sadao was not sent to the fronts because the general needed some operation, and he wanted Sadao Hoki, the best surgeon in Japan, to perform that operation. When one evening Sadao and Hoki were standing at their veranda, they saw a man come through the fog. He was conscious at that moment. He was just thrown by a wave, but then he lost consciousness. When Sadao and Hana rushed up to him, they noticed that this man was a white man, and when they saw a cap which had the letters American Navy on the cap itself, they knew that he was a prisoner of war who had escaped because he was wounded in the back. Their dilemma became immense. Should they protect him? Should they actually not protect but take care of him because he was a dying man? Or should they right away hand him over to the authorities? But humanity prevailed and they took him in. Sadao operated upon him. Hana nursed him to health because the servants would not help out. And gradually the boy improved. He looked barely 25. He was very weak. But by the 7th day, the servants decided to leave because they could not work in a house where the American was sheltered. And though Sadao and Hana were not used to hard work, they took it in the stride. They did everything, all the housework, and of course taking care of the soldier and everything. When they saw, actually it was Hana who saw a man in uniform at their home, at their gates, and she was absolutely shocked. She thought the servants had reported and they were going to be arrested. But it was not so. The officer had come to inform Sadao that he was supposed to go to check on the general. The general was very sick. After checking him, Sadao told him about the soldier, and the general did not punish Sadao because he needed his help. He promised to send assassins to kill the soldier quietly and dispose of the body. But the assassin did not come for 3 nights. And it was then that Sadao decided he could not wait. It was too much for him to wait for the assassins to come and kill a man who he had brought back to health with great difficulty. So he made an impromptu plan. He told the soldier to escape that very night in a boat to an island, which was a temporary island in the sense it got submerged in the water in the high tide. He gave him a flashlight to flash one flash before the sun went down so that nobody else noticed if everything was fine, and 2 flashes if there was anything wrong. In the meantime, the general needed the operation. Soldier has run away. The general has been operated upon. And when the Japanese general regained consciousness, Sadao told him that the soldier had escaped. And then the Japanese general said that he had forgotten to inform the assassins. He was so occupied by his own problems, he had forgotten to inform the assassins. And now he sought Sadao's help to protect him if the news came out. And Sadao did promise. And the general said, "Oh, you are a good man and you will be rewarded But the reward came to Sadao when there was no flash of light in the evening that day, which meant that the soldier must have escaped because he was instructed to take a Korean fishing boat, which, because the Koreans were friendly with the Americans, they would protect him. Finally, the soldier had escaped. But the story still ends with a dilemma when Sadao says that he is still unsure why he could not kill the American, why he could not bring himself to kill the American. But he says, strange, he thought, I wonder why I could not kill him. So read the story. You will learn the reason, what the reason was. You will come to know very